Hello and welcome to Jujutsu Kai Quest. I'm Jim,
And I'm Sam.
and we just watched episode 20 of Jujutsu Kaisen Anime Season 1,
Hey.
Non-Standard.
Yeah, it's a non-standard episode.
I guess you could say that.
I don't know who it was.
So yes, sorry, I forgot to do the intro. We are watching Jujutsu Kaisen anime episode by episode. This is our curse. We've been cursed with watching this episode by episode anime.
Uh-huh.
And yeah.
So, the end of the arc, I guess.
It's really funny because last episode we talked about it'd be really hard for the conclusion to be like bad, but
At least they left it like, I guess we don't know yet, other than just being like, he obviously got away compared to this one.
When they say that though, when you say that they leave it open, they definitely don't.
We'll get there. When you talk about the end of the Kyoto Goodwill event arc.
So ultimately, this was a good episode.
Yes.
Let's talk about the episode first, and we can talk about the whole arc.
We get a little like the brief backstory of Toto beating up a high schooler who talked shit when he was in third grade, and then a woman appeared like on a motorcycle with like a fucking like curse around her or like some kind of summon.
It reminded me of it used to be Chainsaw Man that I reference every episode. Now it's Hunter x Hunter.
Oh, I thought Fully Cooley.
Oh no, we'll get to that. No, but in Hunter x Hunter, one of the guy's powers is called Interior Fish. One of the Phantom Troop guy, what's his name?
Crollo?
Crollo, yeah, he's Interior Fish. It reminded me of
He
Interior
uses it
Fish.
like once, like most of his abilities.
Yeah. But so yeah, this we're teasing that Toto has a fully coolly experience.
There's a woman on a motorcycle with like a fucking curse spirit and calls out to him, and like he had a feeling his life was gonna be boring after meeting her. So yeah, he has his own personal fully coolly adventure that we'll see.
It'd be great if they never brought it up again. If this is just like a thing that happened.
Judging by how woman is in parentheses on the wiki, I'm assuming she's going to come back at a certain point.
She certainly had an interesting design.
Yes, I'm excited to see what that leads to.
I mean, this is just like a fully cooler reference, right? Like it was like
It feels
literally
like it.
like the setting too looked exactly like the beginning of episode 1.
Except she's probably not an alien. Who knows?
Spoiler alert! I haven't gotten to that part.
It's not a spoiler. It's like the first thing she says.
Is it really?
She's on the first thing she says.
What's her name? Nanako?
Hey.
No, what's her name?
I can tell you.
You remember? You don't remember?
No, I do.
What is it? The girl from Fully Cooley, what's her name? Nanami. Haruhi. Wait, no. Haru. Isn't it Haru?
Haru.
I don't know. I haven't seen Fully Cooley. All right, let's go. This episode, we are wrapping up the Toto plus, what's his name?
Toto versus Yuji?
Toto and Yuji versus Hinami.
Yes.
We get a wrap up on their fight. Sort of an anticlimactic ending because we have this like, wait, was this the one where they talk about the Black Flash being like the most hard technique to do ever?
I believe so. But well, first it's mostly we get the
oh wait, yeah, sorry.
We get Toto's power stuff, Boogie Woogie.
Okay, so I forgot that they already showed this to us.
They showed it. We've seen it once.
Yes, we've seen it twice.
I said once, you asshole.
So yeah, we saw it used early, like the very beginning of the arc, and his power is that he can basically clap and switch to people's positions. We learn that it isn't just people; it is specifically people or things with curse energy.
Yeah, anything with curse energy you can swap with.
Which there was a hilarious moment where, as we're watching it, where when he says that out loud, because Sam and I watched these together, I was like, oh, that means he could swap with curse weapons too. And literally the next second, he swaps with Yuji with the cursed staff thing, the
nunchuck staff.
Yeah, the 3-tiered staff or whatever it's called.
But yeah, I was like hysterical that you predicted that like an instant second.
It was like perfect timing. It was really funny.
They just like beat the shit out of it, and that's when he does the cuts away to the what's the most record Black Flashes.
Which I love how this is presented, because we learn that Nanami has the record for the most consecutive Black Flashes.
It's like a weird interview he's like having.
It's as if he was interviewed on like a TV show. That's what I love, the setup for this. Like that is such a cute little detail.
And his record was 4?
Yeah, so he's done 4 consecutive Black Flashes.
And then but Yuji just does 4 attacks, man. He's that good.
No, he does 3. Doesn't he do 3?
Yes, I'm pretty sure he lands a 4th one.
No, well, he did 4 total because he
that's
did.
Right. Yeah, that's right. They didn't count the first one.
Yeah, the first one happened, and then like he fought a bit, and then so he did 3 in a row.
Okay.
So that was pretty hype. That scene was actually probably the
No,
coolest part.
four consecutive he lands four consecutives on there. He did.
Oh, he does four?
He hits one more after when he says, "Oh, he hit three."
Okay.
So,
But
yeah.
the scene was awesome. The way that
Yes.
like they build up this thing is like, oh, no one can do this.
Also,
It's
him
really hard.
clapping and the faces he makes, like he's so like into it.
It's really awesome. Just like the use of Toto's power here is just so fun. I cannot get over how much I love his power. It is like the coolest. It is also just a Hunter x Hunter reference.
Yeah, but then what's it called? It summons like the giant plant that shoots out other tinier plants, like a hit Megumi, and he's like, oh, he tries like harden up with all his curse energy, but then he has like in his memory, his 530,000 CPU memory
IQ.
has like a fucking like vision of him and the idol girl.
He fucking disassociates and like
Takata Chan.
he imagines his fucking idol crush,
his idol waifu,
literally like working him through the thought process of this power.
and
I love it.
And they say he thought this in 0.01 seconds as well.
I know the joke is that he's like self-proclaimed 50,000
like
IQ.
these inner like fantasies he has are literally done in 0.01 seconds or like a little bit around that time.
He's literally using 100% of his brain power when he's doing this.
He had the pill. That's what that lady did. She gave him the limitless pill.
Give me that pill.
And then he says like, I'm going to go to the arm wrestling contest to like get more strong. So, like next time I see you, it's going to be the greatest handshake. Essentially, it's so good. Like, he is the best. I love him.
Toto is by far the best. Once again, I'm just like,
We're like,
why did it take so long for us to learn
me and
about
Jim's
him?
like, why can't we have like the show be about Toto, Megumi, and Maki as our trio instead?
I mean, Noboru's fine, I guess. I guess she's getting better. But
Yeah, she got better.
Maki, yeah, give me what you just said. Toto, Maki, Megumi. I'll go to town for that every day.
So after that amazing,
It was just awesome. That whole fight was just so cool. Like the way that he was like intermittently like teleporting or switching between himself and the bad guy. Like
yeah, he does
to throw
everything.
him off.
Not only that, he also switches like the bad guy and Yuji, and like he does all these different ways. Like because when the whole fight started, like okay, I don't have time to tell you everything about my ability, which we do learn. Yeah, he didn't have
There's
enough
more
time.
to it, yeah.
And just keep moving. That's the most important thing.
Also, yeah, so I think he says like just trust me.
Yeah.
And it's like brilliant too because like when Yuji's punching, he commits to it every time, even though he doesn't know what's going to happen.
Because he always
commits to.
He only
the punch.
stopped when he was about to go into the spikes, and he saw him like transfer. He was like, "Oh, I get it now." So yeah, I trust you with this.
But I like that because like you see Yuji will get like flipped around a lot, but he's still like he trusts Gojo not Gojo, Toto. He trusts Toto enough to just like, okay, I'm just gonna punch regardless of what happens to me. I know that this guy's got my back.
Do you remember what Maki's cursed weapon, the staff, was called?
No. Does it have a name?
Yeah, Playful Cloud.
Oh, I thought that was like an attack name.
It could have been, honestly.
I just remember him saying
So
that
then,
word.
and then as they beat the shit out of it, and he starts draining like the area of like life essentially, because that's what the right arm. I think the right arm was the left arm.
Yeah. So he
The flower
explains- What's the name? Not Nanami.
Hanami.
Hanami explains that plants have no curse energy. Plants
Yes.
cannot harness curse energy. So he needs to like filter it through his
And
bud.
he kind of
this
hates doing
rose
that
flower.
because, as we saw, it kind of loves the earth and thinks, doesn't want to kill the earth, but has to end up doing it.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of interesting. That it was like, oh yeah, it needs to kill all this stuff to use power.
But before we're about to do his domain expansion, Gojo shatters the veil, because like
Yep, you're right.
I think
Gojo
that-
shatters it.
Yeah, and we learned because it was supposed to last like 30 minutes. I think that's what the one fucking jobber character said, and yeah, and then but Gojo's that fucking OP. Can't stop Gojo.
Yeah, the way that this is shown to us, like we see during the fight, like as he's about to shoot his like laser beam,
He's about to do the domain expansion.
the domain expansion, we see the veil like comes apart, and then we see a flashback of the principal, or the old dude fighting.
He was the principal.
He's fighting the
Juzo, the fucking coat rack guy.
and then so we have a scene with them, and then we have another flashback.
Well, he does the guitar move. Like he doesn't do guitar shit. He is the amp.
Yeah,
But like you don't see too much from it other than just like knocking him away, and then we see the other teacher who's running. He finds out with Edward Elric attacks with like a hand sword, and then Mai and Nobara show up and just bitch at each other, and then before they could beat up this simp because he's obviously like really bad with women, or he's an incel or something like that. I think he's an incel.
I guess he's coded incel in this
He's like a
scene.
weird incel, and he kind of just runs away, and because Gojo's like, huh? So he's still dealing with Juzo, but the other guy got away. I'm like, I'm pretty sure from what I've seen, you could easily catch up to where the guy who ran away is at.
Yeah, I'm gonna say like as much as I love the fight, like the last episode in particular, and like this how it was going, these like two random scenes were like totally
These
unnecessary.
new characters, there's this new character just throwing in here that are part of the bad guy team now, I guess.
I don't even know why we saw Edward Elric. Like, why did we see this character?
This just shows that it's not just them; they needed someone else, I guess.
Well, we did learn that he was a curse user. He's not a curse. He is like a human.
Yeah, but he
Kind of
has
like-
a hand sword.
that was made by Jozo.
Yeah.
And then we get all caught up. What's his face? Gojo
Oh, yeah,
shatters the domain, and then he's like, "All right, I guess I gotta fucking destroy the coat rack guy."
Yeah,
so he just does.
He just shattered his limb because he was like, "Don't kill him." He's like, "Oh, he just shatters all his like his arms and his legs." It's like, "Fuck, dude."
Yeah, and then there's like
And then he shoots he combines like blue and red abilities he has into like hollow purple, and then just makes a fucking
it's a large, big freaking anime blast. that
yeah, it
shoots.
just drills a hole through like the land. And basically, like it was trying to run away. We're not sure if it like killed it or not, because they even said, "Oh, now we don't know if we actually like killed it or exercised it or not." Now,
Which is so frustrating to me. And this was like what I wanted to get to at the end. Like, same thing, the freaking same resolution as the Mojito arc. Like, the bad guy is just getting away.
yes,
Because I guess the author wants to use them later. But when you keep doing this, it's kind of like I compared it to D&D last time, but it like it's the same thing. When you keep doing this, it like cheapens every reaction because it feels like we're never gonna actually get like a real fucking kill. Like that was our fear going into this. We were like, is he gonna die? Like we really had the feeling that he might not.
But
he
no,
might not get killed here.
can't kill any of these villains yet, apparently. But
And once again, I feel like we almost saw his power.
it's on a fishing pole in front of you. Like, oh, you almost had it.
We almost saw his laser power. So really, what else more is there to this character?
Just like the volcano guy, we saw his domain. What more do we need to see from that guy?
We even got like an arc from this character.
We got
too.
Mojito's fucking domain. What else do we need to see from him other than just being the active one that steals the finger at the end?
Exactly. Like
Like,
we didn't need any more. Like this character even had an arc too. Like
Yeah.
they had a whole thing where they didn't like fighting, and then this fight like invigorated them, and they tried really hard.
Bringing these new characters. Oh, these are the ones that should be replacing the ones that are going to fucking die in this. But like, where did they even find these goobers?
Yeah, it's just like I don't know. I'm leaving this arc a little bit sour just because of the weird ending bits. But ultimately, it was so sick. Like I liked the arc.
The action was good.
The
But
action was really good. I still can't get over the Maki and Miwa fight. Was like the greatest animated thing I've seen in a long time.
I mean, everything with Maki was super well animated.
For TV anime, I still can't get over how great some of those cuts.
All the
looked.
powers were very cool from like everybody and everything.
Even though this is for our purposes, we recorded that episode a long time ago. But the panda episode,
Yeah.
was also, or the panda arc was really good too. Like,
I enjoyed
really
that.
like that. I think they did a really good job at like having the cool fights, the cool shonen fights, and also explaining the shonen lore. There was a
Yes.
lot of that in this arc, and it worked really well. But
It's just I wish our characters could get a win one of these times in an arc.
That's the biggest thing. It's like when you keep doing
No
this, it feels like your characters aren't getting wins.
No one has had a W in like any of these arcs. In the opening, the opening arc, like his friends got fucked up. Not really. They killed and then like they think Yuji's dead in the second arc, and then Junpei gets bites of dust at like very suddenly, and the villain that killed him gets away very easily.
Mhm. Even like early on, like Sekundo or was Sukuna was the one that was actually getting the kill, so it felt unearned because
Yeah.
like Sukuna's whole bit is that he's so OP. Like who was that one? Remember the cursed womb, the poison womb?
Yes.
He just like killed that like that was like not even an issue. Like
Yeah.
yeah, Yuji's only real W was the first fucking episode when he punched the demon
Even
and,
then,
and
like,
ate the finger.
it caused him to never mention his friends from his first school.
Eating the finger made him forget about his goth GF and loser friend.
The not Toto, lesser Toto.
Lesser Toto.
But yeah, I mean, but other than that, Mojito has a finger now.
Yeah,
I don't know what they're gonna do with that finger, other than maybe what if someone else eats the finger? I don't know.
just again like
Is Edward gonna be Edward Elric gonna be the new
finger man.
Yeah, his other finger, other Sukuna or some shit. I don't know.
So that is kind of an interesting idea. Like, I feel like there couldn't be more than one Sukuna, right?
I don't know. What happened if someone else eats the finger?
Well, we know that the finger can the finger is what caused the poison womb to get strong.
Yes.
So we know that it can use to boost curses, but I don't really know. Like, are we gonna see? So the thing with the finger too,
and now we have a simp to worry about, and apparently there's still a traitor somewhere. That's probably, I'm betting it's going, because the principal seemed wanting to know, they want he won the prisoner before another quick decision he wanted to make. So I feel like Mei probably will be the mysterious traitor, I guess, because she's seen the most random person and kind of obviously wants money and probably sees something in money.
Yeah, the money motivation's always a little sus.
Yeah. Because the other teacher cared about her student, because that was her main goal, was to find Miwa, and Gojo's Gojo.
Just thinking back to what Mojito's plan is. So he stole a finger.
Yes.
So we know that Mojito's plan is to give Yuji the fingers. That is his plan.
He's going to
which is also the plan of Gojo.
Yes.
So it's or
maybe
why should I care that he steals
can
the
grab
finger?
the finger. Maybe he doesn't want to give him. He has maybe some other plan of the finger. Maybe he's gonna feed it to Edward Elric, who's just
But no, he said before that their ultimate plan is to give all the fingers to Yuji to make Sukuna come out.
I don't know, man. I don't know what the bad guys are planning. Remember, this is also a thing where they're planning something, but not knowing what's happening ahead of time, so that's gonna fuck up their plan. Cause remember, they still don't know why Sukuna they're still trying to lure him out permanently, and they don't know why he's not coming out, or no one knows anything about the pact that we still haven't.
That's why they want to give Yuji all the fingers.
Yeah,
because
they want him to be in control, but they don't know he already made a pact.
But to me, it's one of those weird situations where the bad guys and the good guys are trying to do the same thing. They're all trying. Why do they even have fingers lying around? Why aren't they just feeding them to Yuji?
Because I'm pretty sure they need okay from especially the principal, who's being very anti Yuji. So I think they have a couple, or maybe because I feel they need permission from him, where Gojo just grabbed one that he had from his area or his school, where the principal is just gonna be weird.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. Maybe there's a frickin' plan. I guess there's a plan.
Always is, and it never seems to go well.
Yeah. So
arc. I guess MVP of the arc. Maki.
I was gonna say, let's say it on 3. Maki is obviously Maki. Maki's so sick. I just really also love the way she fights. The weapons we've seen her fight with have been big, long spears, or the
Naginatas.
The what's it called? Cloud Atlas. What was that thing called?
The Cloud Atlas.
The three.
I know you're talking about. Yeah.
Whatever.
Cloud Atlas. This is
the Cloud Atlas. When she uses the Cloud Atlas, that was really sick. I love seeing
playful Cloud Jim.
Playful Cloud Atlas. Seeing that's one thing that you can tell when a lot of animators are weapons nerds, because the way that Maki uses the weapons are fucking awesome to watch. Same with the swords too. I mean, I feel like every animator has to know how to fucking animate a person with a sword, but
and I guess just the last part, I guess our biggest con was the ending of it.
Yeah, just this. I mean, I would say this arc is so much better than the Mojito.
Yeah, definitely.
Mojito child grooming arc.
The Junpei arc,
where he just. Because I ultimately felt like nothing, especially since Junpei dying.
Junpei died suddenly, and
we didn't get anything.
Yeah, there's nothing came from it either.
It also had the benefit. This arc had the benefit of Yuji not showing up for a long time.
And more characters that we actually know we care about. Hopefully that'd be okay by the end.
I even care about Panda. I didn't care about Panda before.
I care about most of the people in this. Most of the people we learned about are we like them now, except for
I do, yeah.
Mai's not really Mai and Momo are not really likable, but everybody else seems pretty interesting.
Yeah, Mai, I'm really interested to see what they do with Mai from a storytelling standpoint.
Yeah.
But Maki is just so fucking cool. I want to see Maki succeed.
Yes.
Maki is my comfort character.
I already claimed her as best girl, Jim, as a waifu. So you got to move on.
Best girl and comfort character. Are
Yeah, you get Miwa on the toilet. Any character that kind of surprised you this arc though? You weren't coming in expecting to really like. You said Panda, I guess.
Panda, I kind of was a surprise.
His backstory surprised me the most.
I'm trying to think. Mechamaru was really surprising
Yeah.
too. That was like a
Kind of sad that he was like the first one to go out and like didn't actually have
Yeah.
a part to play in the end, other than just have his phone stolen to knock out Miwa.
hmm So I'm really curious to see, especially him and Panda. They seem to have like a little friendship.
I hope
burgeoning.
so. I want to see the baseball episode that's coming up and see how all those characters that we just learned about like interact now.
As memeable as a baseball episode is, I feel like we're at the great time for it because we just had everyone experience a lot of stuff, and
Yes.
now like a lot of character development. Now they can bounce off
Will
each
they
other.
will they be able to use their powers in this baseball
Of
episode?
course.
I hope so.
I mean, haven't you seen Twilight? The vampires can use their powers when they play vampire baseball.
Unfortunately, I have because I had a sister who liked that shit.
I really do. That is a very like anime thing. In Twilight, there's like a scene where they play vampire baseball. Twilight is kind of like an anime.
And then the bad vampires show up and play it with them, I think.
No, that's not true.
Or they interrupt their game or something like that.
I can't remember.
I don't
I just
give a
remember them playing vampire baseball.
Fuck
Also, the funny thing about vampire baseball that I love is they can only play it when there's a thunderstorm because they hit the ball so hard it sounds like thunder.
Sure.
So I'm expecting them
That's
to use their
what thunder
powers.
is.
It's just vampires playing baseball.
Yes.
Oh, if we ever get into like a post-apocalyptic world
Oh,
where like society forgets everything, I'm gonna tell the biggest
Society
lie.
forgets
I'm gonna tell all of my great grandchildren.
But only you remember.
I'm gonna tell my great
Back
grandchildren
in my day,
thunder is when vampire play baseball.
We played a game with a stick and we hit a ball with that stick, but only during thunderstorms, so we didn't think everybody think it was thunder and lightning.
Well, no, I would say that during every thunderstorm, it's actually vampires playing baseball in the sky.
Sure. You can tell a child that they have stupid child brains you can like manipulate.
And it's true when you really like insert those lies early on into children's brains, they like fester there.
Yes.
They live there forever. Even when they learn the truth, they still will remember the lie.
Yes.
It's like Santa Claus.
Yeah, sure. And the Easter Bunny. And the Tooth Fairy.
The Easter Bunny's fucking real, dude. What are you talking about?
You got ran over by a car the other day.
The only reason we don't see the Tooth Fairy anymore is because we don't lose our teeth, dude. Santa is not real, but the others are.
So if you had a kid and they had their tooth under their bed and you fucking found out there like money underneath when you woke up, you know you didn't do it.
I wouldn't tell a soul. I would tell my wife, "Oh no, that was me. I did it."
And you just look around, just like
I'd look around suspiciously.
you load the shotgun up slowly.
Then the next night I rip one of the teeth out and then I like sit in the room.
Next time you put it under the bed, you're sitting in a rocking chair with the shotgun loaded. When you see him enter, you click the light on. Sup?
Oh, okay.
But,
So that's my curse power. My curse power is summoning the Tooth Fairy.
So yeah, I mean definitely Panda Mechamaru was a surprise, and I do like I like seeing Miwa. She's like
Miwa.
she's like the nicest one out of the entire group of like miserable assholes.
Miwa, the biggest surprise for me was learning that Miwa was like 17. I thought Miwa was supposed to be a teacher. That was really upsetting to learn.
Okay.
Just because the Gojo, remember her and Gojo have a crush on each other?
Yeah, that's
That
weird.
made me very uncomfortable.
Yeah, but Gojo is so strong. The Gojo.
Yeah, Gojo, I'm a little worried he's too OP. Like, that was my fear earlier.
Like, remember, but the one thing you're like, oh, they're gonna trap Gojo and not be able to do anything, and they tried that, and now they know that doesn't work.
Literally, they couldn't. It was like a reverse trap too. Like they tried to keep him out of somewhere, and he still broke it. Like,
Apparently, I don't. It's gonna be weird to see what they do with him because he's an entertaining character. He's super fan loved now, but I just don't know like how you keep him around prominently without like either A, turning him evil, or B, just like killing him off somehow.
yeah, I don't know. I'm interested to see.
You know, not like All Might where like they had like a nerf to him.
Yeah, and it was like very built into the character too. Like,
Yeah.
his whole character is about that he doesn't have much time left as the superhero.
Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see what happens there. Hopefully they'll figure something out.
Do you like this better than My Hero Academia?
Yes. Yes, I do.
I'm trying to think of how much I liked it in season 1, season 2.
I
think this is definitely better than.
At least the
Broken
side
Hero
characters
Academia.
got way. I know so much about these two group of characters now compared to. Tell me what Fleshtail Boy's backstory is.
I don't want to know.
Or like even the like if I rather check. I think of the trio in My Hero, and the trio we have here, and I think of who I like more right now is the fucking Jujutsu ones.
Yeah, definitely.
Like,
I think that like I was saying like joking how
and
Jujutsu Kaisen has like way too many characters introduced, but honestly like the way that everyone's connected I think is like good. Even because compared to like something like My Hero Academia, which also introduces fuck tons of characters, they're all just kind of like there.
yes.
And they're just all students, but these characters like there's clans that connect
If your name is
them.
not Deku, Bakuga,
Bakugo.
Bakugo, Shoto, and that you're like not important,
Yeah.
pretty much. Like those are the only three that actually like seem to do stuff for the most part.
I think my gripe with this is like how things are introduced, like how characters are introduced. I think they're a little too like wait, there's just a little too many right now.
Especially especially how the female characters are. They get like actual stuff to do and actual characters, and like not just female character that's just blindlessly in love with our main character.
Mm-hmm.
Like Nobara had like way better of an arc than any of the female characters in My Hero.
Yes, that's very true.
And Maki and and Mai, like they all even Momo had more like character to her than just like I want to make money for my parents.
Aravity. That is like,
and I love Deku so much.
the Aravity saying like I want to make money for my parents is like the most fuck you ever. I hate this.
Like we only just got a character that's all about money, and she's a teacher. She's like an adult, not just like
And she's potentially a villain.
yeah, potentially a villain.
So the other thing I just counted on my fingers. There's like 7 villains right now.
Yeah, because we got the
Because they
4.
won't fucking die.
Yeah. Oh, I guess one's captured, so I guess you don't have to like, actually like running about.
Wait, who's captured?
The Juzo, every guy's limbs
Oh,
all
that's
fucking
right.
crushed.
Okay.
So like
And then if you include Sukuna, that's 8.
yeah, but Sukuna has his own. He's a third party though, as we know, because he doesn't really work with the villain.
He's not the curse villains.
He's actively like fucked that Mojito up. So like I don't consider him like an actual like part of that villain group.
Yeah.
If
But like it is kind of
And we
crazy
still
that
have
there's like 7 of those characters around.
And we still have the human guy we don't know anything about with like the scar, like the
Yeah,
mark
I
around
included
the
him too.
scar on his head. We don't know anything about him yet. He seems to be the main one out of them all.
Yeah.
So we'll see where it goes.
I'm certainly intrigued. I'm worried because we only have what 4 episodes.
Four episodes. You have a baseball episode, and then whatever I guess the tease leading up to the next.
It's got to be
season.
like. I just have the fear they're gonna do just like more characters.
Probably. There's still 2 characters in the OP we have no idea about.
Oh no.
That are hopefully baseball only characters.
Baseball only. All right. I think we'll wrap it up there. This is a pretty good discussion. Overall, I thought the arc was good.
Yeah, I think
Like
better
many
than
things in the show, it had some weaknesses, some
It
glaring
was
weaknesses.
mostly towards the ending, but the fights were very good, and the character backstory was very good.
The fights and animation, like I think, make up
It's
for a
just
lot of the flaws of the show.
I'm just really tired of the villain getting away. It's like
I agree. It happened
imagine
2 times in this fucking episode.
Imagine like Power Rangers or like Ultraman, something like that shit. When they beat the giant monster, every episode they just shrink back down and just get away to meet up with like the main villain. And it's not just like one of the major villains of the arc. It's just a minor like villain of the week. It's like they had their episode and they just get away.
Yeah, unless it like I don't know, whatever. We keep talking about this in circles, but
So-
I'm done with this. I would like to see some characters die, please. But not Maki.
or villains die or get captured or something.
Yeah, at
like-
least as you said, the
And
one
not
guy
this
has been
random
captured.
guy that we just met to be the one to be captured.
who I have probably the least
Who's
interested in.
cartoonishly evil.
Yeah, out of all the characters in the show, he might be the one I'm least interested in. Is the
Yeah.
stupid like blacksmith character?
Fucking stupid. Alright, so thank you all for listening.
Thank you.
Like, comment, subscribe. Comment about what you think of the end of this arc as well. Like,
So yeah,
your pros and cons.
Yeah, we asked this for the Mojito arc about because that just aired recently, and we got some feedback, and it was very interesting to see because I feel like a lot of people kind of shared our feel about it, like about the arc kind of being like a middling arc, but
Yeah.
all the other comments were like, "Oh, you guys get the freaking battle or tournament arc next, like you'll get excited," and so I feel like a lot of people like this one more so.
Yeah, I can see why. So, and yeah, you can follow the podcast on Twitter or me and Jim separately. And you can join the Discord as well.
Give me a like, give me a comment, give me a subscribe.
And I think that's about it.
Goodbye.
Bye bye.
Thank you.
Baseball.